as a string. You can see here it's a continuous sequence of characters. You are going to have
This is the
ASCII
last class
characters and
of
some of its
Introduction to
extensions
C
stored
module.
inside the string. So end of the string is marked by a special character called as null character. And anything you are going to write it in double quotes, by default the null will be added implicitly. You don't have to explicitly add it. Now here are some of the good examples of how to declare a string. So there is a character array called char array of size 5, and it has been initialized with 5 characters. So this will just be an array of characters and it will not be called as a string as we do not have a null at the end. In the second example, we have taken a character array of size 6 and we have given 6 characters. The 6 characters are HELLO and a null. Can you people hear me? Sorry, due to rain, there was some network issue. I was trying to fix it, and I think it has been resolved. Yeah. So we'll continue. I was talking about the initialization of the string. So if you look at this, we have multiple ways of initializing the string. In the first case, it will not be a string, it will be a simple character array of size 5. Okay, so this character array is going to have 5 characters inside it, but as there is no null at the end, we don't call it as a string, it will be a simple array of characters. Then if you take str of size 6, now this time we call it as a string because we have a null at the end. So this str will get 6 bytes of memory allocated and I have got 6 characters inside it. At the end there is a null, so we are going to call it as a string. So here one more way, as we are initializing, we are not specifying the size. Based on number of initializations we have made, the size is automatically decided. So this is not valid way of declaring a string. Okay, and this one is considered because when you are providing multiple strings without a comma, string concatenation happens. So this whole thing will be seen as one string and it will be stored inside str. In all of these cases, so you are going to have an array called str taken. Let me say like this. So this is an array called str which is of size 6. Okay. So this str will get 6 bytes of memory allocated and it is filled with 6 characters. So the 6 characters in all of these cases is HEL, LO and one null character. So because you see a null at the end, we are going to consider it as a string. So like this, we will have HELLO in all of the cases. So we'll have HELLO terminated by a null at the end. So this is one character. \0 is one character. We call it as a null character. So that way your string gets the memory allocated and it will be stored inside the memory block. So in the last case, because it is not an array, it is a pointer. So somewhere in the memory, hello gets the memory allocated. So just like this, somewhere in the memory, hello gets the memory allocated. Let's say the address is some 500. So that address should be held inside one pointer variable. So this is my pointer variable called str. So str will hold the address 500 and pointer will be pointing to that memory location. So that is how the string gets the memory allocated. So string is nothing but array of characters which will be terminated by a null character. Okay, so that is how the strings can be declared. Now, associated to these strings, you can look at the size of these strings. So in the first case, it's a simple character array of size 5. So size of character array 1 gives you 5, as there is 5 bytes of memory allocated. Then size of character array 2. Character array 2 is an array. It has been initialized with 6 characters. Anything specified in double quotes will have a null added implicitly at the end. So 6 bytes of memory allocated. Size of character array 2 will be 6. Okay. Then here there is a character pointer called str hello. So we are looking for size of str. Str is a pointer variable, which is why we get 4 or 8 bytes depending on the bitness of the system. 4 in case of a 32-bit system, whereas 8 in case of a 64-bit system. Okay, so like this the memory gets allocated. Now can anybody answer what will be the output of this program? Will you get a wow printed or will it be a her printed? Okay. Now if you look at this, so first we have size of hello world. So hello is one string, world is another string. So as it is not separated by a comma, so it gets combined together and it will be seen by your compiler as hello world. So there is hello world. So they both are combined together and at the end you will have one null character. Okay. Then on the other side, size of hello, there are 6 characters. So it gives you 6. Size of world also has 6 characters. So there is 6. Size of hello world with a null character is nothing but 11. So 11 equal to 12 is condition false, which is why her gets printed. Okay. So here two strings gets concatenated. They gets combined together. So while it is being combined, it adds from the null of the previous string. Okay. So actually how it is? On one side I have hello with a null character. Okay. And the other word is world with a null character. So now how is this combined is? The world with a null character gets returned from the place of null here. So like this, world gets returned. Okay. So here world gets added with a null character. So I totally will have 11 characters, which is why size of the first case will be 11. Size of the other two cases is 6 plus 6, which becomes 12. So that is how you get a her printed as the output. Now there are some built-in functions which are used to find the length of the string. I'll show with some examples here. So I'm going to open my VS Code. So now whenever we want to perform certain operations, we have got something called as string related functions. And whenever you want to make use of these string related functions, then we are going to include a header called string.h. Okay, any string related functions you want to use, then you should include a special header file, that is string.h. Okay, this is string.h. Now, the very first function we have got to study is strlen function. I take a character array called str. I will initialize it with a string called hello. Okay. Now please remember the difference between size of and strlen. So size of will tell how many bytes of memory is allocated, whereas strlen will tell how much is the length of the string excluding the null character. Okay. So it is going to provide the length of the string excluding null character. So I'm adding strings.c file. All string related functions I'll demonstrate here only. First I have to include the header file, as usual stdio.h. One more header file, that is strings.h. String.h. Okay. Then in the main, a character array called str, which will be initialized with a string called hello. Okay. I'm adding one printf to show you what will be the output of size of str, and one more is string length of str. String length is a function, size of is an operator. Okay. Now, strlen is a function which finds the length of the string excluding the null character. Okay. So it is to find the length of the string excluding the null character. So now I am compiling this. Okay. cd internship gcc string.h strings.h. Okay, which is okay. So I'll use %ld to avoid